Okay, so what does it actually take to redefine luxury living? Somewhere that's already, globally famous as paradise. I mean, Phuket, for decades, it's been the go-to tropical escape, right? But something's shifting. It feels like it's moving beyond just being a holiday spot. It's becoming a place for permanent, really sophisticated living. So today, that's what we're diving into. This changing face of high-end real estate and these resort residences on the island.
Exactly. And our mission today is really to dig into the source material that details this shift.
Hmm.
We're trying to look past the glossy pictures,
Yeah.
understand the strategy behind it all, how these new developments, especially around Kamala Beach, are focusing not just on like build quality, but on this whole branded wellness-focused lifestyle package.
And for this deep dive, we've got some really solid ground to stand on. Our insights, they're coming straight from Ocean Worldwide. They're a luxury real estate agency, been based right there in Phuket since, 2004, so they've seen it all. Their director, Sandra O'Neill, she's helped literally thousands of families and investors over those years. So their perspective on where the market's truly heading, well, it's pretty authoritative.
Absolutely. It gives us that long view. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be unpacking the unique design thinking, why sustainability is suddenly front and center, not just an add-on. And probably key for many listeners, the economic ripple effects, what these high-end branded places are actually doing for Phuket's standing worldwide. It's a very calculated evolution.
Okay, let's start broad then. The sources make it super clear Fouquet's property scene is consciously moving past, as they put it, the old ways.
Hmm.
It's not just about having, say, a simple villa you visit once a year anymore. It's about setting up a permanent, luxurious base in paradise. That phrase really stood out. And that changes everything, doesn't it? The kind of buyer, the demand.
It really does.
Yeah.
And that change has a geography, too. What's really interesting is the focus on Kamala Beach. It was always lovely, of course, but now it's rapidly turning into what people are actually calling Phuket's Millionaire's Mile. And that's not accidental. This spot attracts a very specific kind of buyer, someone looking for, yes, privacy, but also real quality, prestige, and access to sophisticated stuff without being in the thick of the tourist crowds.
Right, so Kamal is the stage. What's playing the lead role right now? Our sources definitely point to the residences at Intercontinental Phuket Resort. That seems to be the benchmark for this new standard. You take a global five-star brand name, the trust factor there, combine it with the sheer natural beauty of the location, and you get something that's meant to offer total comfort, wellness built in, and just seamless convenience, like high-end living ready to go.
Now, what sets these places apart pretty quickly is they're not just doing generic luxury design. The architecture is trying to reflect Phuket's own story. The design draws on this really thoughtful mix of Sino-European and Peranakan cultures.
Okay, wait, for listeners maybe not familiar with that Peranakan style, Sino-European, what does that actually look like on the ground, and why is that cultural mix important here?
It's crucial because it gives the project roots a sense of place while still having that international appeal. Peranakan or Straits Chinese style came about when early Chinese immigrants mixed with local Southeast Asian cultures. So aesthetically, you see things like intricate carved wood, really vibrant ceramic tiles, special features for ventilation because, tropics often alongside classical European touches like columns or window styles. It's a genuine fusion. This gives the residences a unique character and a narrative. It feels, I suppose, exotic but also familiar, which is a huge draw for international buyers who want something authentic, not just another, shiny glass box.
That makes total sense. You're buying into a story, a heritage, as much as the modern comforts. And looking at the variety of units confirms they're aiming wide within that high net worth bracket. The sources mention everything from pretty cozy one-bedroom places starting around 58 square meters,
Hmm.
all the way up to these massive five-bedroom penthouses that are, wow, 425 square meters. That's enormous.
Yeah, and that range tells you a lot about the intended audience, doesn't it? That 58 square meter unit, especially managed by a top hotel brand, that's probably your savvy investor looking for rental income, maybe a secure, easy to manage base. But the 425 square meter penthouse, that's likely the family you mentioned, maybe the CEO working remotely, establishing that permanent base.
Mm.
They really are selling that idea of living beyond boundaries.
And they definitely seem to be delivering on the experience side. I mean, a huge part of the appeal is having that five-star resort basically attached to your home, right? Residents get instant, seamless access to everything the Intercontinental Phuket Resort offers. That includes Michelin-recognized restaurants, which is a serious plus for foodies, and naturally, a top-tier spa.
Right. But the real premium comes from the exclusivity they layer on top of that. These
Okay.
aren't just fancy hotel rooms, they're private residences. So you see these very personalized services like 24/7 concierge support. They handle everything, complex travel plans, finding niche local services, whatever. And really importantly, there are resident-only pools and dedicated zones that maintains the privacy, keeps things convenient, and separates owners from the regular hotel guests.
Ah, okay, so that deals with that potential friction between resort buzz and private living. But this next point feels like where the market's really pushing forward. This focus on verifiable wellness and sustainability. It's not just about nice things anymore. It has to be documented well-being.
Absolutely. And wellness here isn't just, we have a gym. We're talking areas equipped with high-end technogym gear, proper hydro massage facilities, and this quite unique thing called Aqua Symphony.
Aqua Symphony. Okay, that sounds a bit like marketing speak. What is that really?
Well, it's designed for deep relaxation through sensory experience. Think of it like a water-based system using integrated light, sound, and specialized massage jets. The aim is this really immersive therapeutic effect. It speaks directly to that modern luxury buyer who sees time and genuine relaxation as, well, the ultimate luxuries. It's an amenity meant to heal, not just be impressive.
Got it. And the detail you flagged as crucial, the certification. The development is aiming for or already has global Fitwel certification. Why is that specific label important for someone looking at these properties?
Fitwel is a potential game changer because it shifts the conversation from trust us, it's quality, to here's the independent proof. It's a global standard, and it validates that the building's actual design supports the health and well-being of the people inside. It looks at concrete things. Are you getting good air quality? Is there proven access to natural light, green spaces? Does the layout encourage physical activity? For someone investing potentially millions, it's like a guarantee that their home environment is actively contributing to their health. That's becoming a core part of modern luxury expectations.
So it's basically proof you're buying into a healthier space than just a standard luxury build. And that verifiable aspect extends to the eco side too, right? Showing that luxury and sustainability can actually coexist.
Precisely. They're being designed in tandem now. You see specific practical things listed. Solar panel installations actually contributing power, sophisticated water conservation systems, essential in the tropics, and clear waste reduction strategies. It shows a real commitment to being, kind to the planet, which, frankly, high-end buyers increasingly expect, especially new builds at this price point.
Okay, that focus on quality, health, environment makes a strong lifestyle case. But let's pivot to the money side. For anyone looking at this purely as an asset, how do these projects stack up investment-wise compared to, say, traditional Phuket property?
Right, and this is where the branded part really kicks in as the financial driver. These developments help boost Phuket's whole economic profile. They're not just bringing in temporary tourist money, they're attracting that more permanent, affluent crowd.
Mm.
This helps solidify the island's reputation as a top-tier global luxury spot, putting it in the same conversation as places like, I don't know, Dubai or Miami.
And the numbers suggest Phuket is all in on this. It's actually leading the entire Asia-Pacific region in the supply of these branded residences. The total value is already in the billions. This isn't a niche experiment, it's a major market sector.
And for the individual investor, the appeal is kind of twofold. First, the brand itself reduces risk, right? You're buying into the trust, the global marketing reach, the consistent service standards of a known hotel group. Second, and this is maybe the biggest piece, they offer this unique advantage of holding a hotel license.
Okay, unpack that for us. The hotel license, why is that so significant, especially for an international buyer?
Yeah, absolutely. That hotel license is key because it allows these properties, which, remember, are priced anywhere from roughly US $1.5 million up to US $8 million to be professionally managed and rented out. They become part of the resort's inventory pool. This is huge because it offers the investor potential for steady, passive income without any of the usual landlord headaches. The global brand takes care of the marketing, the bookings, the cleaning, the maintenance. It ensures the asset is always kept to that five-star standard, which is vital for protecting its long-term value.
Interesting. So that professional management is almost baked into the deal, guaranteeing that service level. And looking forward, the sources hint that this refinement isn't stopping. What's the next evolution look like?
Well, the market always pushes for more exclusivity, deeper integration. The sources suggest upcoming projects are leaning heavily towards standalone branded villas. So you still get the brand quality and management, but with even more privacy than a condo-style residence. And we're also seeing this relentless drive to integrate wellness features even more deeply.
Mhm.
Things like advanced air quality monitoring systems, sophisticated soundproofing and management, using sustainable materials not just visibly, but in the core construction. Health is the new architectural benchmark, you could say.
Now, all this amazing development, this sophisticated investment, it only really works if Phuket itself is viable as a long-term base, right? Not just a place you pop into for a few years. What about the underlying stuff, the tangible infrastructure and soft power appeal the sources mentioned?
That's the bedrock, isn't it? That secures the whole long-term picture. Global buyers, they aren't just moving for a nice beach. They need the whole ecosystem to work. And Phuket has definitely spent years building up that soft power.
Yeah, the sources list some critical elements. Like, for families considering a move, there's world-class education. You've got established names like the British International School Phuket, Head Start International School, proper international curricula globally recognized.
And crucially, advanced healthcare. Access to modern private hospitals like Bangkok Hospital Phuket, Bangkok Hospital Siroij. That addresses a major concern for expats. Knowing that serious medical care is available locally, you don't need to be flown out. That's huge peace of mind.
And maybe the linchpin for any global exec or investor, connectivity. Phuket International Airport has direct flights to something like 80 cities worldwide. It's tough to call somewhere a permanent base if getting back to HQ or seeing family is a massive ordeal.
Exactly. So it's this blend. You have developed almost urban-level amenities, the schools, the hospitals, the airport hub, but they're set against this backdrop of incredible natural beauty and increasingly sophisticated branded services. It creates this really compelling package that supports both the high-end lifestyle and makes it feel like a robust, potentially growing investment.
So wrapping this up. We've seen Kamala Beach transforming into this millionaire's mile, really driven by that smart blend of local culture, the Sino-European Peranakan design, underpinned by this crucial focus on verifiable standards like fit well for wellness, real sustainability measures, and of course the sheer strength of the branded residence market as a secure, potentially income-generating asset.
It does create this fascinating dynamic. So maybe a final thought for you to ponder. Given that Phuket's land is ultimately finite and these branded residences are gaining global recognition as a secure asset class, how might our definition of paradise keep evolving as this demand for luxury bumps up against stricter sustainability mandates? Could future projects push beyond just sustainable towards being actively regenerative? That seems like the next frontier.
Ooh, regenerative luxury. That's definitely something we'll be keeping an eye on. And just a reminder, the detailed market insights, the really authoritative perspectives we explored today, they came straight from Ocean Worldwide. They're the luxury real estate experts we mentioned, whose director Sandra O'Neill has been guiding families and investors through this evolving Phuket market since way back in 2004.
So if you want to explore more about the Phuket lifestyle or look into the specific investment opportunities that came up in our discussion, you can check out their website,
That's oceanwwp.com.
oceanwwp.com. Check it out.
Great stuff. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.